So number 11 here, we're asked to write the quadratic equation and give it in standard form, but we're given the intercepts. So I'm going to write down intercept form. And then I'm going to, let's see, start filling in the blanks. So y equals a. If it crosses at -4, x plus 4. If it crosses at 6, x minus 6. So we've used our intercepts, and now we need to find a, so we can plug in this other coordinate. So -12 equals a, 2 plus 4, 2 minus 6. So let's see, 2 plus 4, so this is 6 times -4. So we have 12 equals -24a, so that means a equals -1/2. So if we plug this back into our equation, we have a equals -1/2 x plus 4, x minus 6. But it has to be in standard form, so I'm going to multiply this out. So -1/2, I'm going to distribute these. So we got x squared minus 6x plus 4x minus 24. So this is -1/2. Oops, sorry, excuse me, that should be +1/2 because I dropped the -12. I was going to say something's not right, that parabola is facing up. So we have 1/2 x squared minus 2x minus 24. So if we distribute that in standard, we have 1/2 x minus 12. So this next one, we have to write them in the two forms and then graph and solve. So let's see. Well, this first one, I know that this factors into x minus 4, x plus 2. So there's one of our forms. So we know it crosses at 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and -2. Because that a value is 1. So one form is y equals x minus 4, x plus 2. The next thing we need to do is find our vertex. So let's see, vertex. X equals the opposite of b over 2a. So that would be 2 over 2 times 1. So that's 1. And let's see, plug that in. So we have 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 8. 1 minus 2 minus 8. So -9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here is our vertex. So vertex form, y equals, a is 1. So we have x minus 1 squared minus 9. So this next one, let's see if we can factor it. So box and circle, we got 2x squared, 3x, -20. Multiply those together, so -40, and adds to 3. So 8 and -5. So we have 8x, -5x. So let's see, what does it factor into here? 2x, x, plus 4, minus 5. So if we have 2x minus 5, and x plus 4, well, we have to have that a in front, so divide this one by 2. So that first form would be 2x minus 5 over 2. X plus 4. So those intercepts would be at -4 and 5 over 2, so 2.5. And then we have to find the vertex. So let's see. Vertex, the opposite of b over 2a, so -0.75. And then this would be a calculator one. So you could plug that in, and I don't have one at the moment, but we know that this is x plus 0.75 squared, and then you have to plug in to find the y, the value that would go right here. You plug that 0.75 into your equation, so whatever y equals 2, whoops, sorry guys. Let's see why it's not coming up here. So you plug that in, negative 0.75 squared plus 3 times negative 0.75 minus 20. Whatever value you get, that is your y-coordinate. So this next one, find a value of k such so that it has no real roots. So that means b squared minus 4ac has to be less than 0. So negative 8 squared minus 4 times 3k times 1 has to be less than 0. So that's 64 minus 12k has to be less than 0. Let's see, we could add the 12k. So 64 is less than 12k. Divide by 12. So we have 64 over 12, let's see, 32 over 6, 16 over 3 it reduces down to, is less than k. So the next one, 2 real roots. So that means b squared minus 4ac has to be greater than 0. So we have 3k squared minus 4 times 1 is greater than 0. So 9k squared minus 4 is greater than 0. We start solving this, so we add 4, so 9k squared is greater than 4. K squared is greater than 4/9. Square root it, so we have k is greater than 2/3. But this is that number line one, because we square root it when we have an inequality. So we have 2/3, it has to be greater than that. And negative 2/3. So we have to think about where are those values, like 1 and 2 on the negative. They're over here. So we have k is less than negative 2/3, and k is greater than 2/3. And if it has one real root, we know that b squared minus 4ac has to equal 0. So we got negative 4k squared minus 4 times, whoops, sorry about that, times 1 times negative 3k equals 0. So let's see, that's 16k squared plus 12k equals 0. Well, we know we can factor out a 4 and a k. So 4k plus 3 equals 0. So we have 4k equals 0, so in that case k equals 0. And 4k plus 3 equals 0. So k would be negative 3/4. So now on to some of them with a calculator. We have an equation here. Stone is being tossed off the bridge. What is the initial height? Well, our initial height is when t equals 0. So if we plug that in, we get our height is 20. And then we'll just talk about these. Maximum height. That means we're looking for our vertex. So you could either do the opposite of b over 2a, or you could use your calculator to find it. The length of time that it's greater than 20. So that means we're setting 20 equal to 15t plus 20 minus 4.9t squared. And we have to solve it, so we'll set it equal to 0. So again, we could do this by graphing. We could also factor this one. But we'd be looking for our x-intercepts there. How long does it take to when it hits the water? So our water would be height 0. And again, we'd be looking for our x-intercepts there. And then this last one, a rectangle. Let's see. A rectangle is 5 more than 3 times the width, so 3x plus 5, and its area is 1,428. So x times 3x plus 5 equals 1,428. Distribute, we got 3x squared plus 5x equals 1,428. Set it equal to 0. 3x squared plus 5x minus 1,428 equals 0. And then we'd be looking for the x-intercepts.